Alright everyone, welcome back to Octopath Traveler. And before we begin, I'd like to ask you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm on my way to misery and happy on my way. Zeph, it hurts.
Nina.
It'll be alright, Nina. I'll be back any moment. He never lets us down.
Yes.
I know. When Father died and left the two of us alone, I didn't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. The truth is, I didn't think I'd be able to raise you and protect you on my own. But now my voice has changed. Ugh. But Alpha's always here to lend a helping hand. When he told me he wanted to study together and become an apothecary himself, I gracefully agreed. He gave me strength. Carry on, my word way on. Peace will help you go on. I don't know the words to that song. What's it? Who's it by? I can't remember the band. Mumford and Sons. Yeah. They have a kazoo thingy. No. What is that? What's the thing you play that hums? I don't remember the name of it right now. But they use that. It's weird. This instrument's not often used. He's always so humble, apologizing for being a burden on me. But in turn, I was the burden. But the truth is, I am the one who's been relying on him. Yeah, see, I knew it. Relying on him all this time. That guy's got some hefty shoulders by now. If only I could be more like him. Papa. Wait. Half Papa. Alfyn Papa. Troublemaker kid.
Alfyn.
Did you miss me? Sorry, it took so long. You know, it's gotta kill snakes. Big snakes. Often, they got you safe. Oh. But wait a minute, wasn't that snake huge? How did it not just eat you whole? Oh, wait. How did you know I was there? No. The venom, you really did it. You really did it. Aw, thank you.
Well now.
I trust you could take it from you, Paul.
Yeah.
I'll get started at once.
You bet.
Hang in there, friend.
Now then.
Man, am I beat. Think I'll head home and catch a few winks. On cue, on cue. Ciao. Ah, yes, this is my house. If you cannot tell, this one. No, not that one, or that one, but this one. If you go to any other one, you are breaking the law. But I'm the law. Nap time. Time for some nappy poos. Do 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 do. Yoru ne? Later that night. Wonder how Zeph's doing. Old Zephy boy. I shouldn't worry. He'll be fine, like always.
You know,
You know, Zeph, I love you. I've been giving it all my best. I've been giving it all to be the best apothecary I can be. To be more like you-know-who. But sometimes I feel like I'm still so far away. Like endless dreams.
yeah, that's right.
All it takes is a stiff breeze to blow this backwater village right off the map. And then no one would be here. And yet this is where I was born and raised, where I learned my craft. It's got grouchy Greta, who I ain't never seen smiling. Meryl's got her act together, but she still needs a shoulder to cry on now and then. Meryl's probably the one tough chick, right? Gotta keep an old Alex cough, too. And Yusef, I've been giving you a hard time since God knows when. You invited me to study together with you, under your father. Your father's father. And your father's father's father. Took care of the books after we went into business together. Right. What was I thinking? Actually, it's not probably that. It's probably more of a... Right. What was I thinking? Or... No. Right. What was I thinking? Ugh. I better stick around here after all. They can't do without me. But not here. I better go see how Zeph's holding up. Old Zephy boy. Zeph! Mr. Zeph!
Ow! The flame take me. It worked! Nina's feeling better by the hour.
Nina's feeling better by the hour. Ah! Oh.
I knew it. With you on the job, was there ever any doubt?
I knew it.
Thank you, Alfyn, for everything. You saved my sister's life. How can I ever repay you?
Don't even mention it. I helped out someone in a bind. Simple as that.
You know, it's always easy to take a hand, but to give a hand is not always the easiest thing to do.
Those words. I remember when we were still small and the Great Pestilence came.
I wonder if they're referring to something like Ebola.
Father could cure every disease known to man, but for the first time, he was at a loss.
The disease must not have been known to man then. Which means it must have been God that saved him.
A traveler came to town bearing an elixir the likes of which we'd never seen.
It was God. Several.
Aye, this'll do it.
Doesn't he look a lot like the butler? I think he is the butler. Maybe he's the butler, maybe he's not. Butler had an interesting life, apparently. It wasn't exactly a butler. Like most butlers, most definitely mysterious. I'm pretty sure... I think he's the butler. Maybe he's not.
Thanks, mister.
His clothes look awfully similar. And his stylization, so, you know, they might be related in that sense. Yeah, I think a lot of these... Or this game's a lot to have a lot of interacting or, characters that meld into each other and actually know each other, but not directly and through inferences of other people.
But why'd you save me? We ain't got no money, you know.
You know, kind of like the idea of, I think, the threads of fate kind of thing, is people are connected, you're connected to a bunch of different people, but it's not always directly. A lot of times it's indirect.
Listen, son, and listen well. I saw someone in a bind, and I helped him out. Simple as that.
Again, easy to take a hand, hard to extend one. Oftentimes. I mean, sometimes when you're in a position to, it's easy to extend a hand, but that just means it's easier, not it's not always easy. I understand that. And this is probably why he never forgot it, because someone in his time of need actually extended his hand, and he's probably gone through a lot of times where he's had to extend hands when he's just like, it'd been so much easier just to not, just to ignore.
Shucks. I hope I can do that too someday.
So it's definitely a life-changing moment, you know?
Ever since that day, you've worked your damnedest to become just like your hero.
I don't even know if he was really an apothecary. I mean, he could have been, could not have been. An apothecary.
To help people out, just like he did.
He might have, maybe his dragon tears.
Oh, is that how it went?
I don't remember how it went. I blacked out.
Alfyn,
That medicine made me feel funny in places, and I can't mention it in public.
we've been together forever now,
Emotional moments.
so I can tell.
I could tell, but I could tell.
You want to leave this place, don't you? You want
Oh.
to travel the world and help as many people as you can.
Oh, well, that was alright. Yeah, that's all it is, F. It's nothing else. I'm gonna put away this ring now and just not get on my knees or anything.
Just like him.
You knew.
I'm not daft, you know.
What is that other word that's often applied or brought along with daft? I mean, dense and daft and... I don't know, there's another word that I feel that goes with it usually.
But still, this is my home. I know you're a skilled apothecary, Seth. At least as good as... No, probably even a little better than me.
I mean, how do you measure? I would guess by, basically who can concoct things better? Higher quality? From same ingredients, maybe? Or maybe speed? I don't know.
But I can't leave you to look after the whole village on your own.
Well, I mean, it's not that many people. It's like 5.
Besides, who else would cut your ego down to size?
Nina, probably. She'd punch him in the face or something.
Who'll listen to Gertis's grumblings and Meryl's tales of unrequited love?
Yeah, that probably is a strong girl then, the Meryl person.
I will. I'll do it all.
Watashi. Zenbu watashi. Zenbu shuri, or zenbu surutai. Zenbu zuru? Zenbu suru? Zenbu surumasu? I don't know.
Don't you worry about anything.
Trying to figure out. I'll do it. So Zenbu means like all or all-encompassing, and Suru means to do. Maybe Zenbu Shimashita? I'll do it. That's kind of did it. Zenbu Shimasu? Maybe?
I'll see that the villagers are happy and healthy. I swear it on my life. So go out and see the Realmouth.
Ah, you fool.
Do it with your heart at ease and your head held high.
Shucks.
They said that word, shucks, 3 or 4 times. And it's just not a word that I think that is commonly said aloud. It's more implied. I don't really hear it that much. It's more like, I guess you do, aw shucks. Aw shucks, little lady. You know, that one you might hear. But I don't think shucks is just in general said. I think it was just more of an implied word kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe they couldn't think of a better word. I mean, it's a good word, just not said very often.
Guess what, Ma? I'm going on a journey.
Kasa.
Time to see just how far my talents will go.
You know what's kind of funny thing is that mother in Japanese, one of the really informal ways of saying is haha. So your mother's haha, and your father is chichi, or instead of otasan, there's okasan or kasan, otosan or tosan, and then there's haha and chichi, and those are like, I think they're almost never used, but they're pretty. They're just one way of saying, I guess.
I'm gonna save folks the world over, just like the man who saved me.
I think most of the time people just use watashi no haha or watashi no kasan, watashi no tosan. Unless they're talking to them directly, then they use the O. Because using O is very formal.
Keep an eye on me, would ya?
It's funny because I think, like in English, the more things you add on to Japanese, it seems to be the more formal. And also, as you go up in formalities, it's also rude. So, or a lot of people consider it rude. They're like, oh, you're putting a kind of a wall there. You're saying we're two different degrees of people. And it's appropriate for, like, if you're like an employee and you're talking to your manager or to your higher manager, you don't know each other very well, but if you're talking on a normal day-to-day basis, they'll consider it kind of rude, but they'll also know that for English speakers who are learning Japanese, they know that's a starting place. So if you're starting with that, they'll be like, a lot of them will be like, okay, this is rude, or mean, but I think I understand that you're a starter. Unless they don't have any interaction with the Western world and don't know that that's where they start. I mean, in English talk, we don't have any type of super formal establishing, like, hierarchy words or sentence structure for it, so it's kind of a weird concept.
Alf!
But I guess it's like, you wouldn't talk to nobility like that. Like, you wouldn't raise or shout your voice. In different languages, and I think in Japanese and Chinese, I think Japanese, to a much lesser degree, they have tonal differences, and sometimes certain words are more reflective based on tones. Whereas in English, when we do tonal differences, it's usually to imply certain things, like you yell when you're angry, where it's like in Chinese there's different ways of saying ma. There's like 3 or 4 different ma's. One means horse, one means mother, and one means, I forget the other one. So sometimes when it seems like they're yelling, they're really not. They're just normal communicating. Whereas in English, and I think in Japanese, they do have some of that, but not as... I think in Japanese they have it as much for the tonals being more of a how you talk to people in terms of respect or not.
Thank the gods you're still here.
Anyways, yeah, Japanese, they have the higher levels of words, and when you first learn Japanese, you're learning the super polite form, and it's considered rude by many. I mean, but not necessarily that you're being intentionally, just where you start out with. I'm pretty sure, but I don't think children start there when they learn it. I think it's just something to do with foreigners. And that's because you need to be able to write also, and other things. It's not just conversational, because you don't write necessarily the same way that you speak. So in English you might, though. There's a lot of writing and speaking, a lot of them go like hand in hand. You write and speak very similar or more similarly. Sometimes it's like a step up, but not like as much as in I think Japanese and stuff like that.
Come on, Zeph. I didn't ask for a going away party.
Just a little present for the road. It's nothing special, but...
Is it a plug type Asakoko? You know I like that shit.
I want you to take my satchel.
Oh. Lame.
That way, no matter how far you travel, I'll be right there with you.
Did you embroider your hair into it, maybe?
Wow. You weren't kidding when you said it's nothing special.
It was the only thing that came to me.
I spent a whole 10 minutes thinking about it. All night, actually. The past 3 days. And I thought of the satchel.
Thanks, Zeph. I'll take good care of it.
I mean, I guess there was enough time to do like any type of like custom forged stuff either. Maybe, you know, though, if he had like a family heirloom kind of thing, or maybe a handcrafted bottle, but he might not have enough time for that either. I don't know.
Here, why don't you hold on to mine too?
What would you guys give to, in a situation like this, you only have a few days before your friend or whatever leaves to someplace else that you just won't see him from? What would you give them if you didn't have time? A lot of time, that is. Well, it's something interesting to think about.
Now there's a plan. I'll put it to good use, Alf.
Having something that they're able to use every day, I think that's a good thing too. So statue probably does work. I would think maybe he would have something put on it though, maybe some like, it probably has his name in there, but maybe some type of herb or something that he had attached to it. I don't know. A personal flair, basically.
Alrighty then. See you around.
Matinee.
Be safe out there, friend.
And so, Alfyn set forth on his journey, to travel far and wide and ease the pain of the sick and suffering, just as one man once did for him. Little did he know what awaited him in his travels. Oh,